Stop following blindly anyone on social media, paid or free services, YouTube, Discord, Twitter, or any other platform. Do not follow blindly anyone. You will end up blowing up your account. Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com here with the daily market recap. Please hit the like, subscribe, and without further ado, let's see the charts. To start with Tesla, of course, after beating expectations, we can see closing after hours just on this orange trend line. We zoom out on the daily. This orange trend line we are talking about in the past several videos. This orange trend line since September 2022, each and every time price reached this trend line, it got rejected. Now let's see, after beating expectation, is this the trigger for Tesla bull run to the upside towards 171 and maybe all the way back to 200. SPY daily once again. Yellow trend line. This yellow trend line started over January of 2022. Each and every time price reached this trend line, it got rejected. Now once again price is closing right on this yellow trend line. Let's see if earnings season can push price up and above towards the 411. This 411 will be a tough one because it was a major resistance for price in the past. Only by looking left, trying to identify support and resistance area following price, then we can identify with high probability where price will go next. QQQ 282 support because it was resistance, support, resistance throughout 2022. Now this is the support level we need to keep our eyes on, and 288 to the upside is a very strong resistance. Check the three last sessions. 290, 288 is resistance. Why? Look left. Resistance throughout November and December of 2022. Dow Jones still struggling below the 337 area, 338, and this level we are talking about in the past few weeks since November 2022, where it was resistance, support, then came January 2023, support, and now resistance. Let's see if bulls of the Dow can push price back above this 338 area towards the 343 and to the 350, following price using levels to manage risk. That's it. No other indicators are truly needed because all indicators, including volume, they are all following price. IWM managing to hold above the 185. Now next level of resistance and the next major big test for bulls will be the 190. Bitcoin tried to break above the 23,500, went back below. Now let's see where price will take us. We have short-term support at the 22,300 and the 23,500 to the upside. Let me know in the comment below, what do you think? Where Bitcoin is heading? Towards the 21,500 and maybe below it? Or can we get finally a break above the 23,500 towards the 26? Ethereum Also, not much of a price action in the past week or so, hanging above the 1520, below the 1670. We need to wait for price to let us know where it's going next, up or below. Either way, we have trend lines and Fibonacci levels to manage the risk. SMH managing to hold above the 230 area. This 230 area was a very strong resistance for price. Now it's becoming support. We do have here this gap to the downside at the 228. We need to keep our eyes on, because we know more than 80% of all gaps will get filled. But we zoom out, we see SMH is in an uptrend until proven otherwise. AAPL, as we said, once it will break up and above this trend line, it will go back and retest it as support, and here we are, breakout inside day, retesting, and now let's see continuation above the 142 area, and if we can get continuation to the upside, we have Fibonacci levels for future resistance. AMD still under this white trend line. This white trend line is a very tough resistance for price action since November 2021. Every time price reached this area, it got rejected. Now, once again, 3 consecutive days, price is trying to break up and above. We do have here this gap at the 70 area. So the sooner this gap will get filled, it's the better for the bulls. All we have to do, Fibonacci swing low, swing high, and we have all the levels to the upside and to the downside to manage our risk. We can also take Fibonacci from here, a little bit more accurate. Now, let's see if the bulls of AMD have enough power in their hands to break up and above, or will they give up, going to close this gap and then break to the upside. No one knows what will happen next. All we can do is follow price, and then with high probability we can assume what will happen next. NVDA, as we said, this area of the crossroads between these 3 trend lines will be a very strong resistance for price, and now we can see trend lines are the true support resistance for price action. Let's see where NVIDIA is taking us. Breaking up and above, we can take Fibonacci levels, swing low, swing high. We can do it over here. Then we can see 194 is a very strong resistance together with these 3 trend lines. Breaking up and above, we can assume with high probability 211 and 236 will be the next future resistance for price action. Also, NVIDIA have this gap over here at the 231 area, which will get filled with 80% probability. Netflix still struggling with this upper trend line. This upper trend line we identified few weeks ago, and we said, as it did in the past, every time price reached it, it got rejected and had a tough time. Now, once again, Netflix having a tough time to break up and above, but as opposed to the previous attempts, it looks much stronger now. Let's see a close above it toward the 360.76. Looking good, Netflix. Uptrend channel until proven otherwise. Shopify with another strong day. It's an inside day, but a very strong day. 11% to the upside. Now let's see continuation towards this trend line and finally breaking up and above the 50 area. If we zoom out, we can see the 50 area is a very strong resistance for price. It was here, support, here it was resistance, and if you are a pattern trader, we can clearly see inverted head and shoulders. So once price will break above 50 area, closing a weekly close above this area, in my opinion, 78 is the next level of resistance. Amazon still struggling with the 97, 98 area. February 2nd will be Amazon's earnings. Can we get a break up and above this area before the earnings, or are we continuing to see sideways move between the 92 and the 97? A good earnings report from Amazon. We can say that this gap at a 110 area will get filled with 80% probability. Microsoft, very strong day after. If we zoom in, we can see gapping to the downside and then reach the 231 area. This 231 area is a very important support and resistance for Microsoft. We can see it clearly on the intraday levels. Went all the way to this blue trend line. This blue trend line we identified, and we are following this in the past several weeks. Let's see now if Microsoft bulls can finally break up and above towards the 245 and maybe once again back to the 263 area. Boeing also reported, and we can see 204 to the downside is a very important support. 216 to the upside is a very tough resistance. So short below, long above, and of course everything you see and hear on this video or on any other video on my channel is for educational purposes only. And we can see here we have a clear uptrend channel on Boeing on the daily with Fibonacci levels. Now we can know with high probability what will happen next, if price will break above the 216 or break below the 205. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you do, please hit the like and subscribe buttons, will be much appreciated. And don't forget to check the how-to playlist, several videos on how to become a better trader on the technical side and most importantly on the mental side. Several videos, each video 10 minutes and less, short and to the point videos. Check them out. Until the next video, stay safe.